Class Difference is back, motherfuckers. This podcast is a show where we debate incredibly stupid things back and forth, such as Ben Stiller versus The Wall in Mexico.
Oh, my favorite.
Or it could even be Tyus versus my own depression sometimes. You know? It can get there, who knows?
Oh, that would be dark.
Yeah, that would be a dark episode, man. But, you know, we may. Patreon, let us know. By my right here, the co-host of the 1722 podcast, and my battle every fucking week on this show, Blake.
That's right.
All right, here's Blake. And then Tyus, right here, the main man, all right? He's the mediator. We go over time. If we rehash shit that we've already been rehashing for the past 5 minutes, he'll call us out and be like, hey, fatso, move on with the shit, all right? And then we got to move on with the shit. And that's how the show goes. Yep, every time. He says that, we got to go, all right?
Tyus in charge.
Tyus in charge of our days.
Oh, yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah. We go to head-to-head, right? And the winner is only crowned when we see the results of the poll. That's and right. That is the Instagram poll, because so far I don't know anywhere else besides that in Twitter that can really have polls. Yeah. But
make sure you're voting.
Make sure you vote every Sunday, all right? Between, I would say, about 7 and 10 will be a poll up, all right? You make sure you fucking vote on that. Tell your friends to vote on it, all right? Tell your mom, your grandma, whoever, your neighbor if you want to. Yes, not even if you want to. You have to, right?
Right.
You have to share it. You got to tell people to come vote. It's
not even an option anymore.
This week, okay, we're doing fighting games, all right? Fighting games, one of the most underrated genres of video games. Kung Fu, we got hand-to-hand, little Krav Maga, little MMA, you know, bada bing, bop, bop, all that stuff, all right?
Might even be some luchadors in there.
Ooh, that's true. Might be some luchadors. Hey, even some pandas, actually.
And yelling random noises.
That's true. There's a lot of that, too.
A shit ton of that. And I'm obviously going to, you know, pass it off to Blake right here, as I always do, so he can tell you what he's going first.
Hi, I'm Blake. I am going with Street Fighter this week. It is we're not necessarily putting up the best fighting games. We're just putting
it's between these two
games head to head. But I will say this is one of those rare occurrences where my favorite is actually coming into play. I'm pretty open about the fact that Street Fighter 2 is my favorite fighting game of all time. Right? I just love everything about Street Fighter. I won't give everything away in the first 5 minutes of what I love about it because I got to use it as ammunition.
Yeah.
But obviously that means you take Tekken, so now you have the floor.
All right, well, Tekken, okay. Yeah, Street Fighter came out first. Yeah, everyone knows it, all right. But Tekken is that, like, that sly dog that just comes in the middle of the night, right? It warms up to you. It treats you good. Nothing ever wrong with it. There's not a bad one of it. It's always in good spirits, right? Mm-hmm. That's Tekken.
I would say Tekken is more of like a mouse that sneaks into my house.
Hey, you got a little bit more
shit's all
than me.
over the place.
Oh my fucking god.
Ruins everything. Tekken is trash.
No, Tekken is not trash. Tekken is life, okay? And besides being the dog, okay, and you know, before we even get into the battle, there's already stuff that is in Tekken with supernatural abilities. They got aliens, all right? They got, like I said earlier, they got pandas, okay? They have all these different types of things where Street Fighter, even though, yeah, it's iconic, it's a good game, I'm not going to sit here and bullshit like I haven't played it, right? I've played it, everybody's fucking played it. But between the two, Tekken blows its fucking ass out of the water, okay? Street Fighter is just dudes fighting. It's just bullshit guys, right? Yes, I know you could be like, oh, they got Blanca or whatever. Yeah, whatever. Everything else is just more a little too... Like, you could go see that on the actual street, right? Where with Tekken, okay, you're seeing people in space. You're seeing ogres. You're seeing fucking little woodmen that are being hounded at by their wife, right? That's the shit you're seeing in Tekken. It's hilarious. Okay, there's no comedy in Street Fighter.
To defend anything?
Oh, sorry, my bad. Last point, there's no comedy in Street Fighter.
Okay. Well, I don't like the idea of taking turns defending. Like, let's just jump in. But anyway, so... you're absolutely wrong.
How am I wrong?
Because Blanca has powers. Dalzine completely fucking stretches. Mm-hmm. Okay? You have Bison that does the whole, like, levitating,
wait. I'm going to get to Bison. I'll
get
to Bison.
Let's see. Who else has powers in Street Fighter?
Okay, well, like...
Because what you're talking about, and just because they're an animal doesn't mean that they have powers. It's just because they don't really do anything. It's just a panda that punches.
Yeah, but that's the comedy in the game. Because you're like, I'm playing as a panda. I'm playing as a fucking bear. Right?
That makes it better for sure.
You're playing as a little Joey, the little fucking kangaroo with the boxing gloves, bop, bop, bop. That's way better than anything in Tekken, or fucking Street Fighter, my bad, in Street Fighter. Because besides Blanca, it's all just normal humans. Because even Dalzim, he can stretch. He's still a human at the end of the day.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
there's nothing like.
But I don't think. But you're making it seem like that they have powers or something, that they can do more because they're an animal, and that's just not the case. There are still people like King in Tekken. His whole body is human. He just has the head of a leopard or jaguar or whatever it is.
I can never tell the difference between two of those, so I'm just going to go with one of them. So
I have no idea.
Yeah. But Kuma, by the way, as the grizzly bear, he does wrestling moves, so he has special abilities. Right. He's not just mauling you and shit, right? So you can't say that they don't all, are just animals. Or they aren't just all animals.
No, I understand that. But the classic Tekken characters, though, are all just the humans. For sure. Hayachi is a kung fu master, I guess. Or, I don't know.
But he's got lightning. He's got the whatever that's called. When he punches, he's got the static around his punch.
Yes, and you're trying to act like Street Fighter doesn't have that? The Hadouken?
No. Hadouken comes within. That's not a power.
They have powers when they kick, when they punch. They have lightning fast punches.
They do not. When Ken does his or whatever it is, there's nothing that comes out. It's just him spinning. That's all it is.
One move out of a bunch that
Okay, you got Dan. He doesn't do shit.
Yes, but Dan is known as the weakest. I would never bring him up in this argument.
You literally had a Funko of Dan.
Because he exists as a Funko. That's why I had to get him, but I didn't want him. And in fact, Mom and Dad got me that for Christmas. You think I'd buy that? I would have left it out of my collection.
Sorry, Dad.
No offense, Dad.
I know I'm the favorite son on the list now. Thanks to that one right there. Thank you for that comment.
But almost everybody in Street Fighter has some sort of like fire, electricity. Dalzim also blows fire. Okay. Let's see. The Sonic Boom from...
yeah, he can punch the wind. I can too. Like... Are you kidding me? It's not going to just go through. It's not a power.
His punch shoots out a boomerang.
Yeah.
That's a power.
I don't know.
Can you do that in real life?
Well, no, I can't.
Okay, would you not constitute that as a power then?
But I'm saying you can punch the air.
You wouldn't see it on the street.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People are walking around Sonic booming at people? No, it's a power.
I don't know about that. His hair's a power. If you're talking about Guile.
For sure.
Yeah.
To the highest power.
Yeah. There you go, Cutlass.
Okay. But really it's the same as Paul from Tekken. They have almost identical hair, I feel like. Actually, Paul's might be higher. Is that his name, Paul?
Yeah, Paul. His hair is way higher. But you have to think Guile's is flat and stretched out, where Paul's is just 2001 Sky to 2 Audi. It never stops. Like, it just keeps going and going.
Right.
Right? And then also, and I know you're going to be like, yeah, well, they got this guy. Name a better fat character. You want to talk about a cool fat? All right? The coolest fat is Bob from Tekken. That man will whoop anybody's ass in that game and talk shit while doing it.
E-Honda's a cool fat, too.
E-Honda?
I grew up on E-Honda.
E-Honda?
Yeah.
You think that is better than all his fucking shit with the pants?
He was a sumo wrestler. As a kid, he was fat. He was a wrestler. He was everything I needed.
Yeah, that's a sumo wrestler. He
still means everything to me.
He just does the sumo shit. Paul's doing backflips.
He does the running crossbody fucking thing, too, or whatever that he does, where he jumps in the air and lands on him. He's got wrestling moves. He does shit.
You're really pulling at straws here for E-Honda.
What I'm doing is I'm fighting for my right of Street Fighter.
You're fighting for your right? That is excessive as fuck. E-Honda is not good.
I will stand by Street Fighter at all costs.
But I'm saying, we're getting down to characters now, okay? And we're going to delve deeper, right?
Right, that's why I was talking about E-Honda, which last time I checked was a character.
No, I know, but I'm saying, I'm not going to be just saying, like, basic stuff about the franchise. I'm saying, like, okay, now I'm going to go into it. If we're going for fat character versus fat character, right, which would obviously include comedy, which would include ability, okay, right, which would also include the biggest V word of them all, versatility, okay? Bob has it all. E-Honda has looked the same in every single game he's ever been in. He's always got the napkin around his waist, the 3 orange shits, right?
Well, now
he's never had a new move.
He's
never had a new move. Bob, every single game that he's been in since like what, Tekken 5, 4, he's had new moves, he had new abilities. They even fucking made him skinny with the same moves just to see what that would be like.
Every character in Street Fighter gets new moves in every Street Fighter.
That is not true.
The difference,
Guile has been the same.
I will
since
say
Street Fighter
with Tekken, they make it way easier to pull off combos. Street Fighter is like,
oh yeah, okay, yeah, let's
like
get into that.
15
then.
button combos sometimes.
Not even 15.
So you just don't get to see the moves that they really can do. But if you watch like videos on YouTube of Street Fighter, you'll see all that shit. And I promise you, every character is doing shit that you've never seen or done in the game before. 100%.
No, I completely call bullshit on
that.
Okay,
I mean, you want me to pull up a goddamn video right now? Because I will.
Pull it up, I mean, if you can.
All right, we'll pull it up right here on this computer.
Also, another thing, Rio, whatever the fuck his name is, he doesn't have an alter ego. Can you believe that? Jin turns into a whole fucking devil. He's got wings and shit, horns and all that.
Right.
Beat the fuck out of Ryu any day. You and your fucking... Like, that's not going to work.
Ryu, he knows what works. He's been a badass his entire life. He knows he doesn't need to change.
He got his ass kicked in the anime, the game, and in the movie.
But he figures it out in the end every time.
Same with Jin. What are you talking about? Jin is fighting his family members every single day. Hayachi, right?
Right.
And then the Kuzuma, right?
Right.
All of them are always trying to kill him because they don't want him to be the part of their bloodline. Well, Ryu is just fucking fighting street toughs in the street. That's not impressive.
I don't know what the fuck you're even talking about. That's in every fucking game. Both Tekken and Street Fighter, you can call that on.
No.
100% fact.
I'm saying there's more story. There's more there's more of a, there's more meat that he's fighting for with Tekken. Where if you go through the story of Ryu, he's just fighting the streets, right? He's just trying to become the number one guy, trying to beat up everybody. Then Bison comes in, and I mean, shit, if we're getting down to that, Bison versus Hayachi, come on. Oh, come the fuck on.
It'd be a good fight, though.
It would be. I'd watch it 100%, pay-per-view next week. But Hayachi would beat the shit out of him.
You think so?
Yeah. He wears wood sandals.
Okay, Bison can fly.
He's wearing wood sandals,
things.
Blake.
He has the iron fist that he can pull out.
Yeah, and Hayachi.
He also has electricity. They both do.
The more he gets angry, and then if he drinks, also on top of that, you're looking at a completely unstoppable man. He goes into that third phase. All the shit starts coming into him, and he starts fucking bubbling.
I'm not going to pull up a video because they don't make it clear on any of these when it's E Honda fighting, and I'm not going to sit here and play a bunch of videos. So fuck that. But either way, in each game, like when you go and you look on a combo list on like Street Fighter 5 versus Street Fighter 4, every character is going to have a couple of new moves. It happens every year. So don't say that E Honda's been doing the same thing, because if you're talking about E Honda Street Fighter 5 versus Street Fighter 2, it's a completely different, well, not different character, but like it's all new moves.
It's not entirely a different character.
Yeah, they never fucking are.
They are.
If
you play Tekken now, even Tekken 2 games ago, it's an entirely different game. It's the same characters, and yes, it's a fighting game, but they don't fight the same. The mechanics have changed. The button layouts changed. There's something that's always different about a Tekken game. But I also
feel like something that you're not... Well, I guess neither one of us are bringing up. There is a difference in Tekken being a, 3D fighter.
3D, hand-to-hand.
Where Street Fighter is still 2D. Mm-hmm. I think that also makes a difference, so it makes you feel like there's, new mechanics or whatever. Because you can actually, move around and the camera moves and stuff, where Street Fighter is just...
Yeah, okay. I didn't think about that. Fighters. That is kind of fair. But still, though.
You can kind of bring out newer things and do different things when you have a game.
Okay, well, imagine if Tekken was in 2D.
Okay.
That'd be amazing.
Right, but I'm saying...
That'd be even better than Street Fighter could ever be.
But that's what Tekken had going for it from the very beginning, was it was the first...
Which I didn't even know that, because I looked that up earlier on the old docket, and I seen that it was one of the first, and it was regarded as, the first good one. And I was like, oh, I thought you were, the McDonald's of it, but I didn't know you were, the first to go full 3D right off the bat.
Right.
So I was like, well, that's kind of fucking awesome, because Street Fighter fucking didn't.
No.
Okay? I will give you one thing about Street Fighter, and I'm just going to get it out of the way. The opening of Street Fighter 2.
Right.
Have you seen it? He's standing there in the street.
Oh, yeah.
And then it turns blue and then his eyes go white. Yeah. Sick as hell. I can't even... There's nothing
that's
in
fucking
Tekken
cool.
That's more like just ominous than that.
When you're playing the arcade mode and in between modes and you have to like destroy the car and the barrels and all that shit, like you take a break from just the fighting and you gotta do that. Pretty ahead of its time for whatever year was... Okay, 91 it says was Street Fighter 2?
Yeah.
Pretty ahead of its time to have all that extra shit in there.
Yeah, okay? I mean, I guess.
And then if you lose the round, then it shows your picture and like your face is all bloodied up and bruised and shit. Pretty cool, I think, for the time. And then Tekken
didn't like the car smashing though.
What?
Because I always thought that the car smashing was like, yeah, it's a fighting game. Let's get back to the fighting. I'm not trying to beat up a car. And then if you don't do it, then you fail the fucking story mode. Because you don't get the extra money and shit. So it's like, you're making me smash a car in a fighting game?
Right.
Why?
So you can fresh up your combos.
Exactly.
But come on, that's not helping the actual character, is it?
It kind of is. It helps you to get faster and learn what combos to use.
I don't believe that.
Because
there's only certain times, especially in Street Fighter 2, 3, and haven't played 4. But in the first two, when you have it, okay, you can only kick it in a certain spot where it even fucking hits. You'll be hitting it, windshield breaks once, and then you just keep punching the air because it's not low enough.
Certain areas have more critical hits.
But I'm saying some don't have any at all.
Oh. Maybe. I don't know.
Like if you kick a tire, right, nothing's going to happen.
Right.
It's not going to smash.
Possibly. I don't know. I don't think that's true, but...
It is, because it's very annoying. That's what I'm saying. That's what happened to me every single time I did the car mode. I'd be smashing it, kicking the shit out of it, and it's not going anywhere. So then the time would run out. Bullshit.
Do we want to go into history of both? Give a little backstory?
Yeah, we can.
Just to kind of give an era of how all this worked.
Especially for people that don't know, I guess.
So, Street Fighter, originally... The first game was released in 1987 and was followed by 6 other main series games, various spin-offs and crossovers.
I thought you said it just came out in 91.
91 was Street Fighter 2, which is the best-selling Street Fighter in its history.
That makes sense. I can believe
Street Fighter is also one of the highest-grossing video game franchises of all time. Total sales of 48 million worldwide as of June 2022. It is the highest grossing fighting game media franchise of all time at $12.2 billion, including 500,000 arcade units sold.
Arcade units? Oh, like the cabinets?
Yeah.
Ah, shit. I mean, yeah, they're still selling the fucking things. I don't understand that because they don't work right. I just played a Street Fighter Vault cabinet the other day, and it was not knocking.
Well, yeah, but you're talking about, like, the combo ones. I think they're talking about, like, the strictly Street Fighter.
Oh,
like the
holy
ones that
shit.
You would have in the arcade.
Holy shit. Yeah. Wow.
Tekken, which Tekken stands for Iron Fist, apparently.
Yep.
Let's see, when did this... I'm trying to find... There's a lot of information here that has nothing to do with when the game released. Okay, the first one came out in 1994 with the release of the self-titled first entry as of 2017. It has 9 additional entries, 8 spin-offs, and has been adapted into 3 feature films and other media. Tekken 2 and Tekken 3 are considered landmark titles. They received critical acclaim for their gameplay and more immersive experience.
Hell yeah, they did.
Let's see. The series has been universally acclaimed and commercially successful, having shipped more than 53.5 million units, making it one of the best-selling video game franchises of all time and the fourth best-selling fighting game franchise in history. The main series has been widely credited by critics and video game publications for raising the standards of fighting games.
We got 4th in there.
That's right. Street Fighter was 1. Tekken was 4.
Yeah.
So, not that sales matter. So I'm not going to get in there with that. But
like size doesn't matter. But just because it makes more money doesn't mean it's a better game.
That's
and honestly, I'm genuinely surprised that you don't like Tekken more because you're so into realistic hand-to-hand combat.
Right.
Like, any game that has that shit, you're all about it. Like, we've introduced ties to Sleeping Dogs for that reason.
Right.
We all loved it, right?
But
Batman,
I think because
Arkham Asylum.
I grew up on Street Fighter, like, that was, like, when... I mean, I was born in 92, so fast forward a couple years after that, there's only so many, like... We only had, like, the key fighting games in our house, usually, because Dad had, like, the Super Nintendo or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Street Fighter was always there, at all times. Yeah. And that was the one that I played forever, and so every single year, every game, pretty much, I think that they've put out, I've at least played once, because I love it. And because of the fact that it's kind of arcadey and not so realistic is actually why I love it. Tekken is actually... I like Tekken. Mm-hmm. We play Tekken. I'll fuck with it.
I say, the amount of hours that you and I have spent on Tekken Tag Team Tournament is something out of lore. Legend. Yeah. Like, Jesus didn't even put enough time on the cross as much as we did on Tekken, okay? Like, we would play that shit for hours on end, going through every single character, so I know for a fact that Tekken is not just on a... It's a good game. Yeah, It's alright. I know Tekken, deep down in that little bear that you got going on, Tekken means a whole lot to you.
Not in me.
Oh my, here we go.
Not in me. Oh. Fuck Tekken. Look at me. Fuck Tekken.
Douchebag Blake coming out. Fucking hate Street Fighter, fucking sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy Tekken, but if I had to choose between the two, which is what we're doing here tonight.
Yeah, I'm going Tekken.
I'm going Street Fighter.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. And that's why we're fighting against each other on this. That's why we're doing this whole episode. That's why we're debating it.
Well, that's why we came up with the show.
Right. I will say also, interesting fact, is that these games technically were put head-to-head because they made the video game crossover.
Oh,
Street Fighter versus Tekken.
That
what was that? Probably like 2010, I want to say.
Yeah, 2010, 2011, somewhere in there.
Somewhere in that vicinity.
I genuinely, though, I'm not going to pull bullshit. I don't remember how it was. I've played more separately of them than I played that one, just because I didn't have it. It was just a demo. So,
well, I rented it from Blockbuster at the time. I do remember that.
Man, Blockbuster in 2010.
I'm just going to look up gameplay.
There?
Yeah. It was like the last remaining one that I remember for the longest time.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to look because I don't remember if they made it side-scroller or 3D.
Shit. Blockbuster versus Movie Gallery?
Can we do Hollywood Video instead?
Oh yeah, shit! I'll go Hollywood Video any day of the week. Fuck. Where? What are you looking up? I completely forgot. My bad.
Street Fighter versus Tekken, or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Oh, Street Fighter X Tekken.
Yeah. So there you go. Get it right. Get
10 years ago, so 2012, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Triple H cut his hair. Look at that. Oh, okay. Yeah. See. This is perfect.
It was a big year.
Tyus is gonna be so. I don't know. I'm getting the experience. I can't hear y'all, but it ain't that loud.
I was saying,
I want game. Oh shit! Did not mean to turn it all the way down for you. This is going terribly. Get to the fight. I just want to see.
Get to the fight. Fighting. To the fight. It's a motherfucking fight. I was saying the game looked crisp.
Yeah, they made it side scroller.
Yeah. That I do remember.
Okay.
I do declare. Yeah, yo!
They got good music.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I remember liking it for sure.
Oh, shit, there's another thing we can get into. Great point, Tyus, the mediator, see? What are you going, music for music?
Music for music. For me, I'd be going Street Fighter.
Are you outside your mind?
No, I'm not, because Street Fighter is more up my alley. Tekken has a lot of techno and...
Well, you're talking about tag team. I'm saying just the Tekkens. Like if you play Tekken 3, 4, it's just metal, like and then it'll be like a Japanese girl in the back or something. But it's still metal as shit.
Right. But I mean, Street Fighter was for a long time as well. I mean, obviously not like the early ones because they didn't really have the
Oh, the Street Fighter live action movie. Come on, Blake.
Not a fan. I haven't seen Tekken if they made one, which apparently they did. So.
Yeah, see, they knew what was right. And it's probably made in Japan, because it's probably good.
It's probably
Americans butchered Street Fighter.
What live-action films Tekken's had.
Oh, here we go. Just the fact that they even had one is amazing.
So they did one in 2010.
Wow. Okay. So fighting
directed
games...
by Dwight Little, starring John Fu, Ian Anthony Dale, and Kelly Overton.
I don't know any of those people, but shout out Kelly Overton.
Yeah. They made a Tekken 2 movie, which also has people I don't know.
This is great podcasting.
Oh, it is. And then Tekken Tag Tournament 2 had a live-action short film.
Oh, apparently. Okay. Well, that'd be awesome.
But it doesn't say anything about if these movies were good or not. Oh, the reception. Here we go.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, this is just for the video game, not for the movies.
Well, that makes sense.
But I will say both games have very positive ratings, so we can't go by that because they both, especially the original trilogy, are all 90-something%.
Like we've said, let's get that out of the way. On vast difference. Money, the sales, or if you have 50 friends and all of them are telling you it's great, for me, doesn't make it fucking great. If I haven't played it, it's not great. It's not bad either. But I'm not going to just say, oh, it's the best just because it's got the most or because of the influence. So let's just get that out of the way. If anyone ever comes to the show and they're like, oh, you guys didn't want this, it's earned the most. Oh, celebrities have talked about it the most. I don't give a shit if Brad Pitt likes it, motherfucker.
Yeah,
I like it. That's why me and you are putting shit head to head. Right. Is because we care about a lot of shit that's incredibly stupid.
All right. Yeah, okay, so in general, would you say that you like a 3D fighter more than a 2D?
Oh, 100%. That's way up my alley.
See, I would actually say if I had to choose, I'd probably stick with the 2D.
I'll say there's one game that I'm like, yeah, I probably don't, is Super Smash.
Well,
Smash is where I'm like, yeah, it's got to be 2D. If they ever tried to go 3 or even like Brawlhalla, that type of thing, I'm like, yeah, I'm good on that. But I think Tekken, Soul Calibur, Virtua Fighter, all those that are alive, all those that have went 3D, to me, those are the best fighting games. Okay. All of those that I just mentioned. Like, even Mortal Kombat, their 3D fighting game, not for me.
Right.
Those were shit. Their 2Ds, great. I think well, we're not debating Mortal Kombat, but I would say I like Mortal Kombat probably more than Street Fighter. But, yeah, I think in general, 3D is probably my forte.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, see, to me, that's what, like, obviously, I mean, there's fighting games that are made all the time, so I'm not going to act like they aren't made. But as far as, like, the big ones, for the most part, Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter are the only ones that are really remaining 2D, right? The rest of the big franchises have all went 3D, I think. So. Except for, like, Marvel vs. Capcom, which is still Street Fighter, basically.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest there.
So, okay, just out of curiosity, where would you stand on that? You like 3D or 2D?
I'd probably say 3D.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is kind of showing that there is like a generational gap. Not that you're 50, but I'm saying like you didn't have 3D for, let's say, 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Probably.
Right.
So when me and Tyus came around through video games, 3D gaming was
that's actually
on the rise. So for you, you're never going to like a 3D more than a 2D, unless it's like a side-scroller, like adventure game.
Right.
Like you're not going to put Uncharted against Mario and always go Mario, right? But if you're talking fighting games like we are, you're going to choose 2D because for your childhood, it made sense, right?
Yeah.
So
I just like, in 2D, I like the fact of almost the chaos of having to jump around and jump over each other's attacks and stuff, versus, even though in Tekken, don't get me wrong, it comes in handy, and I love it, being able to do all the side steps and shit. Mm-hmm. Like, you can kind of escape attacks easier, I feel like, because there's counter punches and then a
but there's another thing you're not fucking talking about, and that's, wall blocking? Or screen blocking? When you keep someone in a corner, you just beat the shit out of them fucking over and over again. Shit's annoying as fuck. That doesn't happen in a 3D game.
I don't want to do that shit, so I try not to. But
anytime that shit happens, you're like, okay, I'm done. You just put the controller down. You're like, I'm over this. Unless you're seeing Tyus do it to a redneck at 4 a.m. on a Monday.
Right, online,
that
completely
shit's funny.
Different. Get your winner. But if you're playing with friends, you're a fucking asshole if you do that shit.
Yeah. No one wants to be that fucking guy at the party. Right. Don't do that. So that's why I think for me, 3D. Like, I know you're gonna be like, yeah, but 3D's got knockouts, but that's just a part of the charm. Ring outs are fucking a dime a dozen when you're playing.
Nothing pisses me off more.
Right. But the good thing is about Tekken, they don't have ring outs.
Some levels do.
But I'm saying not compared to the other 3D ones. Right. So if you are going to play any of them, you would choose Tekken.
Right. Yeah, for sure. If we're going the 3D one. Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe. Yeah, I'd probably go Tekken.
See? And that's how I do it.
I just came up with another idea for a future one, so we'll talk about that later, actually.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah. I don't know where we're at in time. We can check. Is there anything else that you have to say about either game, though?
I cannot wait for Tekken 8 because I just watched the trailer. Go check out Tekken 8. It's an amazing fucking video. Street Fighter is going to be coming out in a few months too.
Right. Oh yeah, the trailer for that's actually pretty cool. Did you watch that one?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. Well, they actually do have like a full story mode, walk around, looks pretty fucking crazy.
Try anything they can for people to care, huh?
I'm Karen. Wow. Tyus over here is Karen.
Yeah, you are Karen.
Yeah, I am absolutely Karen Carpenter. So,
get the plugs out.
All right, let's get these plugs out. Every Sunday, we have our original podcast, the OG, the classic, 1722. Every Wednesday, we have Vast Difference, which is what you are watching right now. If you have any ideas of what you would like us to do on an episode of Vast Difference, to argue, to debate, please let us know.
Enter these intersections.
Write in the comments what you like better. I want to know Street Fighter. I want to know Tekken.
Are you excited for the trailers? Are you excited for the new games? Right?
And even if you like other fighting games that you think we should be debating, we might be able to do those in future episodes. So just comment. Let's have some fun. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you are listening on Apple Podcasts, please make sure you give us a 5-star review because that shit helps us out a whole lot.
Yeah, rate the podcast too if you can. That'd be awesome. Follow us on Spotify.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that way you know as soon as I release that episode, you get a notification and you can start listening immediately. All right, Tyus, you got it pulled up? Where are we at?
All right, so I got both from Twitter and Instagram and Street Fighter 1 6-4.
Oh, son of a bitch! Fuck! God damn it, man. Oh, you cringy son of a bitch. Oh my god.
It's another W for Blake.
That's right.
What is that, back to back?
I don't remember, but it's still not enough. But for those of you who made it happen, you'll never know how much I appreciate it.
They're going to come back on the records.
That's right.
Oh my god.
Getting up there, baby.
Yeah. Look forward to the next one next Sunday. It's going to be a doozy. Probably going to get lung cancer from it. Easter egg.
Ooh, Easter egg.
So yeah, anything else to sign off on?
Thank you for coming with a U.